The idea of burning to death is undoubtedly one of the most harrowing fates one could imagine. This dread is amplified manifold when the fire in question is invisible, as is the case with methanol fires. Methanol, a chemical substance often utilized as fuel, has an alarming quality. It burns with flames that are nearly impossible to see, especially in bright light, unlike gasoline, which has about 87% carbon by weight and emits a visible flame. Methanol has around 38% carbon. This reduced carbon content results in a flame that emits little light, making it almost transparent, and thus highly deceptive. Furthermore, methanol fires don't produce any smoke. Though methanol burns at a slower rate and at a cooler temperature compared to gasoline, features that theoretically make it easier to manage. These advantages become moot when you can't see the fire in the first place. This frightening reality was gruesomely showcased during the 1981 Indianapolis 500. Rick Mears, a race car driver, and his team were engulfed in methanol flames due to a refueling mishap. The terrifying invisibility of the fire led to sheer confusion and panic. Mears and his crew members were unaware of the extent of their burns, while rescuers inadvertently caught fire themselves. Eventually, the fire was put out, and although Mears had to undergo plastic surgery, no one was severely injured. However, methanol-related accidents don't always have outcomes that could be termed less severe. In a tragic incident at the Butler Motor Speedway in Michigan in 2005, Rudy Corsini was transferring methanol in a wooden shed when a spark, likely from faulty wiring, ignited an explosion. The invisible flames consumed Corsini and the surrounding area rapidly, causing him to suffer third-degree burns on 90% of his body. Despite the heroic efforts of a firefighter who was also a race car driver, Corsini passed away the following day. The paradox with methanol as a fuel source in racing contexts lies in its relative safety features. The slower combustion rate and the ability to extinguish it with water could be seen as advantages. Moreover, the lack of visible flames and smoke is considered beneficial on a racetrack, as it doesn't obstruct the view and therefore doesn't pose an added risk to other racers or safety personnel. However, the downside is critical: the difficulty in detecting a methanol fire in the first place. The sheer confusion and panic that arise when one is enveloped in an invisible fire can hardly be quantified or easily compared to other types of fires. It presents a disconcerting scene where even would-be rescuers can become victims. In a methanol fire, you're not just struggling to put out the flames. You're also wrestling with an almost phantom-like entity that you can't see but can painfully feel. That struggle also puts others at risk who, unaware of the invisible danger, might inadvertently catch fire themselves while attempting to help. You're essentially caught in an insidious cycle where the flames are not just physically damaging, but also psychologically tormenting. This is the macabre reality of methanol fires. They may technically be safer, but the psychological and physical terror they induce is anything but.